Today's episode is brought to you by the Vegas Beer Guys and the Sounds in Cinema podcast. The Everything Sequel podcast contains explicit language, and I will not go to my room.
Hello and welcome to the Everything Sequel podcast. This is a Cell edition. Today we're talking the amazing The Cell 2. My name is Michael Shantz of the How Dare You Awards. Joining me, the man tracking me with his mind, Tom Stewart of Lonesome Whistle Productions. Say hello to everyone, Tom.
You know how I'm afraid of the light? The cusp is afraid of the dark.
See? Classic dialogue.
I love how they think we need the first part of the sentence to understand the second. You know how something is one thing? Well, likewise, another thing is another thing.
And they're opposites, light and dark.
Well, and they bear no relation to each other, except thematically. Again, I'm going to go back to our to how we finished the last episode. This is what the audience should be thinking, not what the characters should be saying.
Yep.
It's
amazing how many movies mess that up.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
like movies today literally don't think the audience is thinking.
You don't want the audience to think.
And to be fair, I think lots of audiences aren't thinking, but...
No, they're on their phones, they're taking flash photographs, which has become a thing that I've noticed in...
Bringing in cats?
Well, that's just in your... that's only in your movie theaters, apparently.
Feeding cats.
You can't go to those cat theaters anymore, I don't think.
Who brings a cat to Crime 101?
I love
cat people don't go see crime movies.
I love this idea. I love this the idea that this experience whereby another audience member brought in a cat to a screening has kind of scarred you for life, and then you're gonna go into every movie screening and go up to the desk and say, "Do you let cats in here? Is this a cat-friendly theater?" And they'll be like, "Oh no, sorry." Great. Then, like they'll assume you're asking because you want to bring your cat in, but actually you want them to tell you no cats are allowed because that's the only way you'll step foot in the theater.
They'll look at me like I'm crazy and say, "No, we don't allow cats." And I'm like, "Good."
Yes. No, you're not crazy. That is the correct answer. You may have my patronage.
That's the right answer. Thank you.
Well, I would say, arguably, any line of dialogue that begins with, "You know how," even has already failed. I mean, that sentence is already a write-off.
Yes. You should already be re-editing what you wrote down.
You know how we're brothers. You know how we're divorced. You know.
Yeah. You know how I have that bad knee?
You know how I'm the killer. In fact, to be honest, if Frank Whaley had a line of dialogue in this movie where he said, "You know how I'm the killer," it wouldn't be inconsistent with the rest of the movie. And how thinly veiled a secret that is from the moment he steps on screen. You know how I'm the killer.
I'm gonna save this. I'll save it, but
yeah,
there's a couple of choice moments where in this film where he says something or does something, and I kind of looked around to nobody that was in the room I was watching this movie with. Did you all catch that?
Well, that's it. When they drop the line about him being a former EMT, I assumed that...
Oh my God, it's so funny.
I assumed they were going to do a Mel Brooks in Spaceballs where they look at the
meat killer.
Well, where they look at the camera and say, "Did you read it all yet?"
Yeah, right. That was one of them. The other one is later in the film, right before what you say is the only thing that works in this movie, which is the outdoor car chase.
No. I'd say that is the only element of the movie that works. It's distributed through the movie.
Okay. But there's that moment where they're at the, whatever it is. What is it, a sulfur factory? Where are they?
Yeah.
Where's he keeping all these victims? Anyway.
It's the abandoned gasworks.
Yeah.
That all serial killers seem to gravitate towards in movies.
Right.
I don't know where all these
chemicals.
abandoned gasworks are. I don't know how the serial killers find them, but they find them.
They always find them. It's a lesser Axis Chemicals. They're at Axis Chemicals.
It is.
And they're just the cop and the FBI agent are just sort of looking around, and suddenly somebody starts walking to their car, and I literally said out loud, "Oh, that's Frank Wiley." Like they're just showing us the killer.
Yeah.
And then they proceed the car chase where they're obfuscating who's in the car. And I thought, well, why are they doing that? They just showed us.
Yeah.
That was him.
Yep.
It's great. It's fucking great.
It's not. It really isn't.
It's amazing.
Yeah. I don't understand why you're so enamored with this.
It's so delightful. How could you not like this movie?
I think, well, lots of reasons. I mean, you want me to go shot for shot? I could.
Come on. Sniff a flower and go, that's chloroform. Like, I wanted him to sniff that flower and then pass out. That's chloroform.
They don't.
All right.
But they don't know they're making a bad movie.
Yes. That's the best part.
Oh, okay. But I don't know. Does it go beyond ineptitude into sublime ignorance of quality?
Yeah, you just have to get to your credit check to figure that out. I mean, you don't have
Hey,
to get
listen.
to the credit check to figure it out, but well, it's made clear.
It is about
throughout that credit check,
and the credits are about a third of the movie. So I guess we could definitely.
They really do lengthen
account.
that credit check, don't they? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you haven't guessed, we're talking The Cell 2. Again, of course, a 2009 film. With 7% on Rotten Tomatoes. This is the bottom of the barrel.
7%.
I'm pretty sure this is the least positive reviewed movie we're going to do from the bottom half of the 2009 sequels.
Yeah, this is...
And yet, top of my list.
I know. You're insane.
Yeah. In the best way.
This is the...
Your Honor, I submit bending rubber axe. Not guilty.
Ideally you want your Rotten Tomatoes score to be higher than the amount of cocaine that Sherlock Holmes puts in his syringe. 7% solution.
I was hoping you were going to say 7 pounds.
What's that?
That's a lot to fit into a syringe.
I don't know if you've I don't know how many of the Sherlock Holmes books you've read, but there are not many literary classics that begin and end with your main character shooting up. But The Sign of Four.
I have a question about that.
Okay.
Because you've mentioned the books several times.
I know. I'm a one trick pony.
Well, I have the benefit living in Pacific Beach. There's lots of little libraries.
Oh, yeah.
On the streets.
Yes. Yeah.
You know,
the little birdhouses.
Like a little birdhouse filled with books, and you can just take one. And one of the ones I took was, are some of those stories quite short? Because I picked up a book that was that said it was like all the Sherlock Holmes stories, and I read them all. and had myself a good time. But I don't know. I don't remember how many there were. I'd have to get the book back out. But it was like,
There's I don't know. There's
20 different stories of Sherlock Holmes.
That's probably one anthology. There's 2 or 3 anthologies, and I want to say 4 novels.
Okay.
The novels are separate from the stories.
So I might not have read any of the novels.
Oh no, definitely not.
All right.
Sign of 4, Study in Scarlet, Valley of Fear, and I feel like there's one more that I'm missing. Maybe it's just 3. Oh, Hound of the Baskervilles, the most famous one ever.
That's great.
Yeah.
All right. Tangent done. I'll have to go back, I guess. Let's go to Money Corner.
Mm-hmm. Show me the money.
Failed again.
I said it.
So late. All right, I told you that all of these movies are incomplete money corners.
Uh-huh.
What item do you think I have for this movie?
Let's see. What would you have from a video sequel?
Also, I'll add, I'm not sure this item is correct. I can't see how it possibly could be.
Rentals?
No.
Go on.
So, the only thing I could find was budget.
Okay.
There's no way this could be right, though. It lists the budget.
Negative $7?
At $33 million.
Wow. How much did those helicopters cost?
I was just going to say, how much does it cost to land a helicopter in a minor league baseball field?
$33 million?
Yeah, no, how can that be right?
That can't be right. Where is that listed?
Either IMDb or Wikipedia.
Okay.
Maybe Box Office Mojo. So I do deep dives when I'm trying to find this shit. It's one of those 3.
I mean, is it our old friend Embezzlement?
Hello, Embezzlement, our old friend.
We've come to hide the money again. Hide it inside the budget of a sequel. Because my tax problems have no equal. And to think it took Paul Simon 6 months to write those lyrics. I just knocked off about a verse in like 10 seconds.
What is he, an idiot?
I bet you think I think Paul Simon's overrated, don't you?
Oh, I don't know.
I love Paul Simon. I think he's one of the great...
I hope not.
He's one of the great lyricists.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
Graceland.
Graceland is one of my all-time favorite albums.
Yeah, the song Graceland, I think, is there's some of the best lyrics that have ever been written. I mean, I'm not saying you should, break the apartheid boycott, but if you're gonna do it with an album like Graceland. That's on the back of the album cover, by the way. That's a quote on the back of the album cover. Anyway.
Friend of the show, Kevin Dombeck, and I listened to Graceland pretty much every day for an entire summer. Yeah.
It's so funny, though, because he said, it took me 6 months to write The Sound of Silence. I just, did it one line at a time. And then you listen to his account of how he wrote Graceland, and he said, I was just describing what I was doing. It's like, I am driving down the road with my son. He was just like, And he just said Graceland to fill a gap in the music and said, I'll change it to something later. And I was like, no.
And did not.
I was just like, I can't think of anything but Graceland to say. So now the song's about Graceland.
Excellent. All right, well, budget, apparently, I doubt, but says $33 million. Yeah. That's all the info I have.
Somebody lined their pockets with that budget other than the movie.
Especially when you look at the what they choose to show us during those credits.
Oh, definitely.
That doesn't look like $33 million put to film.
Nope.
All right. This movie's directed by Tim.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say...
Your guess is as good as mine. I looked at it too, and I didn't know how to say it.
Iacofono?
I have a phono too.
Iacofono. It's too many O's.
Yeah. Now I'm starting to suspect this is an anagram of something.
Yeah.
That nobody... That this is all an embezzlement scam, and nobody involved in this movie really exists.
Your anagrams are showing, Doctor.
It's an anagram of J.J. Abrams. Even he wouldn't put his name on it.
He'd put his name on anything.
I mean, Cloverfield paradox. Ooh.
Oofa.
Oofa.
All right. Well, he's directed, according to my notes, no other movies.
Now,
but episodes.
Oh, I was going to ask, has he ever directed a car commercial? Because I imagine
he seems to like cars.
Imagine he'd be pretty good at that.
Well, here was what I got. Episodes of Profiler, CSI New York, Supernatural, 24, and the last thing I have him directing were Jessica Jones episodes in 2019.
You see, I assumed that even the TV he directed wouldn't be, like, network level or streaming.
Yeah.
I thought it would be like...
I was surprised that these were all shows that I'd heard of.
I was thinking maybe he directed a Tubi original or, you know, a Crackle original or something like that. But those are big shows. All of them.
What was the one that started with Q that's now defunct? QB? Something like that?
Quibi.
But
they were all shorts, I think. That was the idea. It was like a channel built around 6-minute movies or something like that.
What a waste of time.
I was just like, yeah, how did that idea fail? Maybe I'm wrong. I might be wrong about that. But
no, I think you're right. That sounds correct.
So that's really interesting.
I think I took the most notes for this movie out of all these movies. I was thrilled to write things down.
Well,
the first thing that I wrote down, by the way, surprised me. New Line Cinema.
I have that. I
thought to myself.
I went beyond surprise. I said genuinely startled to see the New Line Cinema logo. And then it said home entertainment, and I thought, oh, okay, fine. Now I know where I am.
Well, then because I also wrote strategic film partners, and then they quickly cut away from that.
Well, it's
as though that's the entity stealing the money. Of the $33 million budget.
It does sound like a mafia front, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, we're from the strategic film partners. When you gonna pay our money? Yeah. What's your role in the movie? I'm a strategic film partner.
My wife says I gotta get the monies. Where's the monies?
It is I mean, aside from the fact of how quickly it disappears, it is the oddest logo ever. A disappearing red dot. I mean, what's their like? What's their
What's strategic about that?
What's their graphic model for this? An eye exam? It looks like, you know, the pre-eye exam when you put your eye in a machine and you look at a picture of a balloon. It's kind of a bit like that.
Yeah.
And then the movie comes in hot with voiceover and a dramatic incident from the original question mark.
Yeah, it's from the original. They're really trying to up the quality of this film by dragging in parts from the last film.
And that's always a mistake. We've talked about this before, because you open yourself up to unfavorable comparisons when you go from the production values of this to the following scene, the beginning of your movie. that steep decline in quality hits immediately. It hits you like a virus.
I'll call that mistake number 2 in minute 1.
Well, also the nature of the voiceover, it tells you what happened in the original, and then the next line is, now there's another.
Yeah. Yes.
So basically, what that opening is there to do is tell us what we're not getting.
Mm-hmm.
So this movie will not be this.
It's let me be clear.
Yeah. Again, I think it's very similar to the opening quotable. Mm-hmm. You know how I'm afraid of the light, the cusp is afraid of the dark. This is the same. Yeah. You know how there was this movie that you liked? Well, we made a movie.
That rhymes, Marge. Admit it.
And there the comparison ends.
Yeah. Well,
because it's a total bait and switch. Because
I couldn't help but notice that this beginning with the voiceover is half Dragnet, half Law and Order.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, it was as though they were like, you know what people like?
Yeah.
Law and Order. So we should have the Law and Order voice, but do it like Dragnet,
mm-hmm.
catching us up on what happened in the previous episode.
Yeah. It's kind of like, because it's a brand new case, as I understand, brand new detective, brand new investigative
brand
team.
New, lesser everything.
Yes, brand new, lesser everything. That was how it was pitched.
Yeah.
But essentially, that opening is there to say, it's to tell you that story. It's like one of our tangents. It's like, you know what's a similar character and or situation is this.
Yeah.
But they have no connection.
Nope.
And then, I mean, obviously that drop off in visual quality is staggering, but on an audio level, it also, the ineptitude hits you early, because I literally wrote down, is the music playing in the vehicles, on the soundtrack, or in the characters' heads? And the movie does not give us a path within that to decide.
No clues.
No. Again,
a movie about following clues gave us no clues.
Again, I think this is another sound editorless movie.
Yeah.
The second we've done, and we've only done
part
2.
of its magic.
What part of its magic? Are you saying that movies don't need sound editors?
No, but I am saying...
What are you, Christopher Nolan?
There's something
this temp
about
track works fine, right?
There's something about every single mistake that this movie makes somehow makes it special.
Okay.
For me.
Well, you know what makes it special for me?
Go.
And by special, I mean not completely terrible. Yeah, I mean, this helicopter car pursuit looks great.
Yeah.
I think it's any exterior vehicular action in this movie works. And then they go inside and the movie's over before it begins. Because like everything filmed inside the vehicle is badly done, and then
and the helicopter.
Yes, inside the helicopter, inside the car, and then we go into we're intercutting with a fantasy world in the abandoned gasworks of the mind. I'm not quite sure if this is part of the.
It's hard to
part of the mental.
Don't worry, a parapsychology book is going to make an appearance later, so that all of this is on the level.
And it's some of the worst fantasy, or I guess, what would you say?
I just called it the TV room.
Psychoscapes, I suppose. Mm-hmm. Mental landscapes in movies that you've ever seen.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah. Also, well, I mean, first of all, and this is one of many versions of the Memory Palace. But the first one that we see kind of looks like a server room. Or at least that's how my brain interpreted it when I looked at it to try and turn it into something that made sense.
Well, the first time I saw it, I couldn't make no sense of it. My brain just turned off.
Oh, I see. Now I understand why you enjoyed this movie. You self-lobotomized at the beginning of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Lobotomy switch on.
I just requested the ratchet.
Now,
where's the chief? Turn me off.
Now, is there something unintentionally comic about this box he keeps putting on his victims' heads?
Yes, it's amazing.
Because it's like a magic trick, isn't it? It's sort of like you feel like he's going to revolve the box.
It's like he keeps kidnapping magicians' assistants. Until someone says, yes, I'll be your magician assistant.
It also reminds me of that movie Ned Kelly with Mick Jagger. Ned Kelly, the Australian bandit who kind of famously wore like a tin helmet.
Okay.
And but it's just so it's so unwieldy for everyone concerned. Because your neck would just collapse under the weight. So
yeah, you snap your neck.
You wouldn't be able to keep your victim
paralyzed
alive.
Quite quickly. Yeah. And most likely die just by the weight of that box.
Oh, and we're doing these movies out of the order that I watched them in. So my actual note was more morphing.
Me too. Your fault.
More morphing. That's the name of Morrissey's. That's the name of Morrissey's new album. Me Too, Your Fault. It's every Morrissey album in a nutshell. Me Too, Your Fault. But my note was more morphing. But I gotta say, these morphing effect programs are now in free use in 2009. In the early 90s, it was kind of the height of CGI effects. By 2009, every shitty video sequel is doing some kind of morphing effect. And again, it's another way in which the 2009 sequels have kind of become their own genre, is that they all use these morphing effects.
I got more to say about that with the S. Darko episode.
The glass dildo? Yes. glass dildo abyss monster? Oh, yeah.
Exactly. I was like, look at that. Look how much money James Cameron put into getting that water tentacle looking tip-top in ship-shape for that movie. And by 2009... they're like, yeah, I'll just have the water penis coming out of their bellies.
So much so that, he put it in a scene that could be cut without any loss to the story.
I'll say.
I guess they were doing the same in S. Darko. They could have cut it and it would have made no difference.
You could almost say that about every scene in S. Darko.
That's right, yeah. And
now,
go on.
I'll say one thing, though, aesthetically about the movie. Because when you get inside things...
Go on.
Yeah, well, so when you're inside the chopper, when I looked at Mr. Ayakafono, when I looked at his IMDb page, I thought it would be littered with soap opera, like daytime soap opera kind of work, because that's what it looks like. That's the aesthetic that I'm feeling, except we're actually outside as opposed to when you watch those kinds of shows, it's almost, even if they're outside, they're inside, and it's obvious.
My only pushback is I think that proximity of the camera to the actors' faces in soap opera is a deliberate a deliberate aesthetic strategy in soap operas to hide the fact you haven't got a set, and because of the the intimacy of it. Whereas here, I think it is literally he doesn't know how far the camera should be away from the actor's face for it to be normal.
I agree.
So I think
he thinks he's getting.
I think he'd be laughed
internal
off.
Thoughts.
I think he'd be,
of characters.
I think he'd be laughed off a soap opera set.
That's great.
Because they would look at how he's holding the camera, and they'd be like, "We gotta
get the fuck out.
We gotta make 8 of these today. You cannot be messing around like this.
I can't have you. We work fast here." Because they do that all the time with actors. On soap operas, you can either do that work or you can't.
Yeah.
You have to memorize like 32 pages for a day. And if you can't get that work done, they're like, "Okay, we're going to kill you. So you can go."
Not literally. That would be amazing.
Character.
Yes, absolutely.
But because he also has a penchant for putting the camera way too close to someone's face while they're not speaking. So I think he thinks I think he thinks he's getting their internal thoughts and dialogue as they're listening. And it's just delightful.
It makes me think of that amazing Key and Peele sketch with the have you ever seen the town hall debate, where there's like a progressive politician who's kind of saying, it doesn't matter if you're I said I'm here speaking for for women, for people of color, for people who are gay, and then it's kind of cutting around the crowd, everyone from that community, and then it just goes to, when it says gay, there's this guy who's just kind of side-eyeing the camera, and every time he mentions gay, it keeps coming back to him, and he just tries to get away from the camera and move to another spot, and they keep finding him whenever he mentions so he starts putting his hand round a woman.
I don't remember that.
He starts putting his hand.
So funny.
He first starts putting his hand around a woman's shoulder. She's like, "What the fuck?" and when you mentioned like putting the camera on someone who's not speaking, that's what I thought of. And he ends up like pointing to this like really flamboyant looking guy. He's just like pointing that way.
Well, our hero Tessie Santiago as Maya is entering the killer's mind via bracelet.
It's really interesting when you haven't seen the original and you try and work back from these video sequels, because I was like, is the original? This movie gives me the impression that the original is the Dead Zone with a glamorous female Christopher Walken.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what.
But it's the apparatus for
to be honest, I like the idea of Christopher Walken like in drag doing it.
It's been a long time since I watched the Dead Zone.
Oh my
Can't
God,
he just
so good?
He could just enter their minds though from anywhere, kind of, right? He's like
he has to touch them. It's all by touch.
Oh yeah, but I mean he's not hooked up to anything. He could just do it himself.
Oh no, the fantasy has rules in that version of the story.
No, okay. Well, because in the cell, what I remember is they're sort of hanging with, it's almost as though they're going to do a Peter Pan flyby.
It's kind
with
of
hooks on their hips, and they're just sort of suspended but lying flat.
Yes.
In what I always called licorice suits, because it just looks like bands of licorice. Mm-hmm. But it seems like there's like a lot going into this, and here she's just holding something and then places a Walkman on with probes onto her skull. She's like, "I'm in."
Yeah, they do. The little clip we get at the beginning makes it seems like the trapeze is involved somehow in the probing of killers' minds. But this is interesting because the movie patently refuses to tell. It starts in media res, and it patently refuses to tell you what's going on for a good.
Yeah, but you can. Obviously,
well, no, it's confusing.
They're trying to get to this woman before she dies, and the killer is.
But the details
got her
are confusing.
All head boxed.
But the details are confusing because the deputy.
Because everything's so close, you can't see anything.
Deputy FBI guy is like
the headstrong dumb fuck.
Because you don't know that she is refusing to go into her memories. To see the face of the killer, it looks like he's unnecessarily being a jerk by sort of saying by saying, you know, is that all you can do?
This piece of shit woman.
Yeah, it's like, is that all you can do? I'm like, you know, I'm thinking it's pretty cool that she's like she got you further than you would have got on your own.
Yeah.
But of course, and so I was just like, that's key information I need to know in order to understand what's going on, is that she's holding back on her flashbacks.
She's not holding back. She's being forced to be held back by
need
the
to
killer,
know that as well. I need to know all of that to understand what's going on.
Who will explain
Yeah.
poorly later in the movie how he's doing it. But we get a glimpse of why, because it's right here where we get that parapsychology book. So they do leave a breadcrumb, sir.
Is this before? Oh, okay. This is before or after the 1 year time jump?
Before.
Oh, before, yeah.
Yeah. But I also love right before the
Just
time
never
jump.
never a great sign to just do a time jump so early in a movie.
Or agreed.
And then come out.
But some movies make it work. Like The Cell 2.
You only like it because we go hot and heavy into tits and fucking after the time jump.
No. My note is, this is so unnecessary. Nice tits, but so unnecessary.
Again, I think there is.
But I want to say something before that,
All
because there's something that's amazing that happens where, I mean, basically you're at the factory and there's nothing around for miles.
Mm-hmm.
And the killer was in the room with the woman seconds before the cops appear, the FBI appears. And he like cuts open her belly, kills her, and takes 3 steps, and somehow he's disappeared. But my favorite part is that all the FBI agents leave the room and they all meet outside the factory. And it looks like maybe about 20 yards away, not behind a bush, but next to a bush, but behind just a regular fence, is the killer with binoculars, which he doesn't even need because he's only 20 yards away. And he's like, well, I'll be with you soon. And any one of these FBI agents could have just turned their head to the left and said, hey, there he is.
You know what the smart thing to do...
That's how close he was.
You know what the smart thing to do would be in this scene?
What?
Is to shoot an EMT in an ambulance leaving.
Yeah.
Before we know any of the context to that. And then and then there'd be a reason to rewatch it, because you'd be like, oh, did we see where the EMT was?
Mm-hmm.
But I assume they didn't do that.
Well, it's not in the film, so of course they did not.
Yeah, I guess him hiding behind a bush, using he should use those Homer binoculars, you know, where he puts his fingers around his eyes and then turns it to focus his eyes. I guess that's what he could have used. Yeah.
So good. Yeah, I wrote hard cut to the least sexy scene.
Well, this is I've talked about this before, but there with video sequels there is that one scene where it could become soft porn, and it's on there's like a soft porn knife edge in certain scenes.
Razor's edge.
It's like the rest of the movie could be soft porn at this point, because those kind of like softcore porn, those movies they try and look like real movies up until the fucking starts, and then it's just fucking.
Yeah, sure.
With none of the bits shown, thus making it pointless. Literally pointless. And it's so funny that video sequels are kind of like they're sort of like the Schrodinger's cat of soft porn, in that they're like inside the box at any point could be a soft porn movie or a video sequel, but only when you open the box you know which one it's going to be.
There's a dick. Yeah. Soft porn.
Is the cat dead or is the cat alive? Well, this is where the first appearance of check out the big brains on Brett, Frank Whaley.
Yeah.
And he's the most famous person in this movie, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Which is clue number 1. that he's the killer.
That's my note was the second I saw him was, I bet he's the killer. It's like an episode of Law and Order. Whenever you have somebody that is a little too famous for that role, for that non-police role, you're always going to say to yourself, well, he or she is the killer.
Right. Yep. And obviously, whoever wrote this movie has seen a serial killer movie before, because we have to talk about their fame and their celebrity media coverage of serial killers, because that's built into the genre. And then another 2009ism I noticed: circular camera work. I don't think there's one of these movies.
Which part? What scene?
I'm not quite. I think it's
Doesn't matter, I suppose.
But I noticed it. And then we go into a how does this work scene. And again, I think there's key narrative information I need to know, but instead we're going to go over something that we could figure out because we've already seen it in action, which is the how does she...
I think they think they're doing a good bait and switch, because it turns out she's just trying to find pets now. She's like Ace Ventura.
Yeah. The dog bone kind of travesties it a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's a kind of like, well, put this scene first, or and also we're going to see this scene again. We're going to get another how does this work scene later on.
Yeah, sure. Plenty. And
I feel like that's fine. We need to know how this works, but give us the other information we need to follow the story as well, while or in advance of this.
Or don't. Just make as many mistakes as you can.
Well, that's what you want. So it reaches this kind of intangible goal of mistakes that means you call it a good movie.
Exactly. Because they show us this scene where, like, he's torturing women with the past women he's tortured, right?
Yes.
But at one point, he, like, makes a joke. Like a bad joke. And it's like he's doing bits for the person he's trying to kill.
Yeah.
Or repeatedly kill. We haven't said this yet, but part of this killer's deal is that he kills you like 6, 7, 8 times, but keeps bringing you back to life when he does.
Yeah, I wonder...
You know who could do that sort of thing? An EMT.
I wonder whether this Flatliners dimension was part of the original movie.
I don't remember.
Whether that affected the psychic abilities of the detective. Well, I mean, we haven't found any of this out yet, and this is where we first learn that we're in the 4th year of the hunt for the cusp. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Why the time gap?
Yeah.
It's like...
Because it's amazing, because we hard cut to that sex scene. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we should give this movie credit. They don't say anything like 4 years later. You find that out through the conversation between the FBI guy.
But this is a brand new...
Head FBI, Dick FBI, and Pet Detective. They're like, we need you to come back.
But it doesn't need to be 4 years into the hunt.
No, of course not.
We're starting a brand new story. We're picking up as if this is a sequel to the first movie about the cusp, which, having not seen the Cell,
no, it's not about the cusp.
I can't confirm it's not that, but I strongly suspect there's a different serial killer in the Cell.
You are correct.
Maybe it's trying to create that illusion that this is the second part of an ongoing investigation.
Maybe.
But it's just confusing. And I have a question for you about the voice of Frank Whaley.
All right, you're going to have to think about that question and ask it when we come back.
The audience can't... the listener can't see any of this, but there was a point-counterpoint thing that happened there where I did my Harrison Ford point and you counter-Harrison Ford pointed me.
Exactly. Put that finger down, sir.
That's right.
All right, we'll be right back right after this.
It was like Spider-Man's.
Listen to music.
Oh yeah, what on earth is the music for this? It's going to be a surprise every time I listen to the episode. Can't wait.
Yeah. It'll be a good time. All right, we'll be right back.
I like to think I know something about beer, but nowadays even I get overwhelmed when confronted by the exhaustive selection of craft beers they have at bars, breweries, and even grocery stores. Back in the day you had one, maybe two craft beers to choose from, and if you were confused, you ordered a Guinness. But in beerstinations like San Diego, the craft beer options lately are in double, sometimes even triple digits. So what's a beer drinker to do? You need what I need, the Vegas Beer Guys. Your beer of choice should be a perfect blend of malt and hops. And so a live show about beer needs that same balance. And the Vegas Beer Guys matches beer expert Dan Aker with self-proclaimed beer novice Stephen J. Weiss. The results are eminently drinkable. They're on Facebook, they're on Instagram. They'll try new beers, they'll tell you about beer. Think of them as your beer Sherpas guiding you up a foamy-headed mountain to reach the peak of your pint. God, I need a beer.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Tom and I are here discussing, and I am anxiously awaiting the next question about The Cell 2, directed by Tim.
Yeah. So, I hope to God this is I'm saying this now. I hope to God this is distortion, bass distortion on the voice. I hope there isn't some poor guy who has to speak like that. But is that how the victims hear it, or how it sounds? Or is it just
the killer
psychic filter? Like, who is hearing that bass distortion in his voice? Is he using a voice disguise bot?
I don't think any of that is explained.
Good, okay. Just checking. Checking in on the ineptitude of this movie.
Just another delightful entry into what doesn't make this work, and then in turn makes it work so well.
I'll give it the benefit of the doubt and say that in the same way that she can't see his face, that...
Well, see, I think there's an explanation for that later that he tries to explain, where I had to just stop writing things because none of it made any sense. It was so great. But it has to do with that parapsychology book, I'll tell you that much.
It's like a psychic paywall that he set up, where you don't get the real voice and you can't see the face. He scrambled it like, porn channels back in the day. I'm talking a lot about porn in this episode, I apologize. But this is a nasty little movie. It makes me think of
You've been
topics.
secretly wanting to talk about porn, obviously.
Yeah, well, I'm just trying to...
I learned that from the parapsychology book of this fucking movie.
I'm just trying to soft pedal the fact that as of next month, this is going to be an all porn podcast. It's just going to be everything penis from now on. Oh, well, and my next note is again about the color schemes. How all in 2009 is on the luminous reds and the greens. Loves it. Loves those two. Overuse.
Is that in the TV room, you mean?
Yeah, overuse of those two colors in 2009 was at its peak. Maybe, I don't know, big red and big green had a lot of sway in the in the choice of colors in movies.
A boardroom. Now we can't work against Big Green. We got to work with him. You understand?
The high fructose corn syrup of the color spectrum.
Big Green is our mortal enemy, Dan. Why keep taking them on?
They're the Coke and Pepsi of 2009 film colors.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, this is my other kind of aversion to this movie is that it looks so glossy and kind of. Oh,
it doesn't.
I wrote network TV like. Okay, not glossy.
That's what it looks like.
Artificial.
Yeah.
But the content of what you're seeing in the torture scenes is so ruthlessly nasty.
Mm-hmm.
Like they make no they make no attempt not to show or to avoid taking pleasure in what they're showing. That right. Juxtaposition is. People have said this about shows like Law and Order and CSI. Like it's kind of got a again pornographic. That having that gloss with those subject matters is kind of creates its own abhorrence,
cognitive dissonance.
Yeah, well, but it's like when if you take like the Wire's treatment of the same subjects, they find a way of doing a way of doing it that isn't glossy, that isn't doesn't make it look like entertainment, I suppose.
Well, what it reminded me of is I kept thinking of all the things they chose to show us, and it reminded me of Seven, where the guy has the thing that he attaches to his penis and then is forced to have sex with the sex worker.
Yeah.
But they don't, they show you a picture of the item briefly, but they don't show you anything else.
Right.
They show you they barely even show you the aftermath of it.
Right.
And by that way, they have the actor who was forced to put it on talk about it.
Yeah.
And it becomes frightening. Here they're like, no, we just got to show it all. That's the truly frightening thing.
Yeah.
Just show everybody everything.
Yeah.
And they just fundamentally misunderstand what is scary.
Yeah, what is scary and kind of what is responsible too.
Sure. Period. That's all you have to say.
That's all I have to say.
Very good then, because we talked about this off air. I wrote endorphins explanation. I don't know what that's about, so I assume it's maybe about how he keeps him alive.
Either that
he's
or
explaining.
I think that's probably what it is. This is around the time he's doing that for sure.
Yeah, because it's in one of my next notes is that we show her going into her own memories. Or trying to, and this is where I think we kind of learned a little bit better about she can't see his face ever. It's always blurry. And then you mentioned the voice distortion.
I just want to pick you up on find out better, as if we've heard about this at all before this moment.
That's what
the very first time. We're just finding out that she's a former victim.
But earlier, she's entering the victim's mind, and his face is still blurry even in the beginning, I think. So we've seen that before, but now we're getting the explanation.
Right, yeah. But it's important to know that she's a former victim who survived, and that's how she got her powers.
Yeah.
So it's all key world building, you might say.
But this is my favorite part, because she comes out of it and she's a little messed up, and we haven't mentioned this, but Whaley is a deputy sheriff.
Yes. Former EMT.
With the local police. But this is the moment where he comes up and he starts taking her pulse, and he's like, I'll check her out. I'm a former EMT. I was like, ding, ding, when Bugs Bunny just puts up a sign and the arrows come down. I thought we needed one of those.
Yeah, well, crucially, we didn't need one of those.
Oh, you know what it was, too? Because not only does he say, I'm an EMT, then he walks to the back of the room and he's like, I'm just curious, how did you survive? That's important information for me as the killer. How did you survive?
And the other part of it is that the screen, everyone is treating him like he's a piece of shit. Yeah, maybe because he's the only person in the room who can act. He comes across as the most sympathetic character in the room. So basically, the screenplays forgot to hide the fact that that the person writing it knows that this is the killer, and is treating him like is having the other characters treat him like they already know he's the killer, even though none of us are supposed to know that yet.
Right.
It's basically they've forgotten to like, you know, hide their hand.
Mm-hmm.
They've already accepted that the audience. It's like they've already accepted that the audience knows that he's the killer. And are already treating him as if he is such, even though his behavior is actually the most human in the room.
Yeah, always.
By default.
The strong actor, right.
Yes. And that's the thing, is sort of like, at the end of the scene, you go, why is everyone treating him so badly? And then you go, oh, that must mean that the EMT reveal is not a hoax. That he's actually going to be the killer. It is going to be that simple.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
It is going to be that simple.
Exactly, it's so simple.
Yeah, so they're just warming you up to not liking this guy, is basically what they're doing.
They think that they're obfuscating. We haven't really laid this out
Do
very
they?
well, but
I think they accept that they can't put off explaining that it's him for too long after this. They drop this clanger in the middle of the scene.
No, I think they think they're doing a great job. Because...
It's like the murder weapon falls out of his pocket and he goes, oh, excuse me, let me put that back in.
Well, they're just misunderstanding everything because they have Skyler, dickish FBI agent, who's just a dick to everyone. And clearly, like, the worst FBI agent in the bunch, but being treated as though he's the smart guy because he's wary of the local police sheriff, Harris.
Now, is he anyone? I looked at him now and again.
I remember looking him up.
Now, I kind of looked at him now and again and I went, I'm not sure if you're famous or not.
No, I never thought of him as... but I would swear he was like... maybe a former wrestler or something.
I would not be surprised at all.
Yeah, exactly. Or boxer? He was in The Way Back with Ben Affleck. That's a real movie.
That's a real movie. That's a bigger credit than I thought he would have.
He would ever have, exactly. Yeah. So Scott Bruno, blah, blah, blah. Appreciation for the arts. Doubt it. After college.
By the way, I had to rely on the...
He was cast in All My Children. That makes sense. Go ahead. You were saying.
I was just vamping to say I had to rely on the quotes I wrote down from the movie in my notes for my quotables, because if
he was in the Dead Zone,
the TV series.
Yeah.
I had to write down. I had to use quotes that I'd already written down in my notes, because if you search the Cell 2 quotes, there is no internet record of quotes from this movie. IMDb does not have a quote section for this movie. As I was searching it, I went, I wonder if this is going to be a Google whack, like no one's ever searched this before. But it was actually worse than that. It was non-existent on the internet.
Imagine this. Okay, first of all, I was right. He was a mixed martial arts fighter.
How
he
funny.
Retired with a 4-1 record.
What's a 4-1 record?
I mean, 4 wins, 1 loss.
Why didn't you just say that? Why does it have to needlessly turn into jargon? Anyway, carry on.
It's not jargon. 4-1 record. Yeah,
why is that worth commenting? Why is that worth commenting on?
Because it's his record.
He won 4, lost 1, and
retired.
Wait, but what? He only played 5 games. Matches.
5 games.
What do you call
Jesus Christ.
5 fights.
5 fights, 5 matches, all except match.
Okay. Don't they normally
listen to this?
Don't fighters normally do more than 5 fights?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so he's an unsuccessful mixed martial artist, is what you're
Yeah, he couldn't handle it in either world.
Well, he won 4 out of... He's got a 4-1 record after all.
No, if you're good, you're 20-0.
See,
Listen to this.
You don't need to say, oh, you can just say 0. Or just 20?
He was down to the last 5 people for George Clooney's role in ER.
Wow.
Could you imagine what that show would have been with him in that role?
Do you think it came down to hair in the end?
I do.
Yeah.
Also, charisma.
And talent.
Talent.
And star quality.
I'm terribly sorry, Chris Bruno. You were trying.
Ability to read the lines accurately.
Yeah. You know what this movie has a lot of for him? Again, camera on him not speaking. A lot of
chin stroking.
A lot of chin stroking to denote I am thinking.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's probably thinking, I don't know why the camera's on me, so I should do something. They obviously want a reaction shot, so I'm going to give him a reaction.
That's great.
I've got another... I had a lot to say about colour for this movie.
Well, stop it.
As well as the reds and the morphing, I also noticed the purple filter that was specific to our lead character's flashbacks.
Oh, okay.
When she goes into her, well, I don't know, memory cell. I don't know what it is.
The TV room.
She has her own color scheme. Well, it's a TV room. Sometimes it's a server room. Sometimes it feels like a retail village that she's walking through with the.
It looks like an animated museum.
Yeah.
Where the art pieces on the walls are TVs that she could take off the wall and look at,
like tablets.
Yeah.
And later on we're not there yet, but we're pretty close to it. Did you notice that in one of the times they go into the memory palace, there are gas lamp street lights on the street in her mind?
Mm-hmm.
That's a very specific detail for a mindscape. Reminded me of Marge in the when Bart thinks.
Of course it did.
When Krusty fakes his own death. And Bart Bart keeps seeing him, and he tells Marge, and she's like, "Yes, dearie, you saw him in your mind." And it's like, "No, I saw him on the street. In the street on your mind." I was like, I'm watching this movie, going, "It's the street on your mind. That's what she's walking down."
Fantastic. Well, Skylar gets DNA back because I forget what he stole.
Hair?
He took something. Well, he doesn't have any hair.
Well, maybe that's why. Because he keeps leaving it at crime scenes.
Yeah, he got Harris to do something, punch him or something. I forget, but he takes some DNA, and now he's convinced he's gonna spend 80% of this movie chasing Harris, just absolutely sure he's the killer. Meanwhile, Maya helps him escape. She doesn't know why, but she likes the cut of that guy's jib.
They wrote themselves into a corner early in this movie.
Yeah. This movie, oh, by the way, talk about music for this movie.
Mm.
Because it's in this moment where they escape.
Yeah.
Did you have any thoughts about the music here?
I don't remember.
We're ripping off something here.
No, well, tell me. What were they ripping off?
They go back and watch it again.
No,
they think you must. You're going to be so curious.
No, I would have to pay for it again, and I'm unwilling to do that.
They think they have a full music soundscape of fugitive music.
You mean
it's a fugitive ripoff?
You mean the movie or the 60s TV series?
Movie.
So it doesn't go dun 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 dun. That would be honestly, I would put it at the top of my list if suddenly it went dun 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 dun.
No, it's more like you half expect Tommy Lee Jones to walk on and say something like, "All right, we got a dreamscape room with a woman and a man. He's a sheriff. Bald. He's got boots."
I want 20 mile markers on every abandoned gasworks in the area.
I want you to check
mile perimeter.
Every Axis Chemicals abandoned smelting plants. Your fugitive's name is Harris. Go get him.
Yeah.
It was great.
Why did you have to do that to me?
So this is the moment. See, now you want to know. Now you want to know.
Now I want to
Mission
go.
accomplished.
Now I want to go watch The Fugitive. I can't.
Oh, you can do that anytime. You do it at least once a month, I imagine.
Yeah.
So this is the moment where they're, of course, at the plant again, looking for clues.
Mm-hmm.
Also, they find clues too easy. Like, at one point, they're like, hey, pack of cigarettes right here. That's got something to do with it.
Oh, another important piece of information that either I missed or they dropped far too late. The victim is the woman he's holding is the sheriff's niece.
Is the niece, yeah, right.
Is this the first time we've heard about this?
I think so.
Crazy.
Nuts.
That is such an important detail. Do you think they just decided as they wrote?
They went along.
Wait a minute, I know. Wait a minute, I know that he's like looking at a photo. Wait a minute, I know this. I know
this is my favorite part because they're at that fucking plant, and then they must have passed this killer's car on the way in, but they don't show that at all. They just literally show Frank Whaley from like 50 yards away, walking around the back of his car, and they're like, "Hey, you stop!" When really they should say, "Hey, that's my deputy sheriff. What are you doing here?" Like, that's how close he is. But he gets in the car, and then they have the car chase. And this car chase is just fucking sublime.
It's great. Yeah. This is where I wrote, maybe this guy makes car commercials. Maybe that's why we're being subjected to this.
So funny.
And then as soon as we go inside the vehicles, it's as inept as it could possibly be.
Yeah, it's great.
It's like just save yourself the trouble. Mount the camera on the dashboard. Let's just watch like a fucking GoPro version of this because it'll be slicker than what you're doing.
Anything would be slicker than what you're doing.
Yeah. Oh, and that's the other thing I noticed. And maybe this goes with the
oh my God, you noticed things?
This goes with like maybe the fact that this is at least attached to a major studio with New Line Cinema. But we get some big brands appearing in this movie. Earlier on we had Dick's Sporting Goods, now Panda Express.
I noticed the Panda Express.
I'm like, do these businesses want to be associated with this movie?
I don't think permission was even asked. I think they were just like, we're going to end it at this mall.
I wonder if they had a deal with New Line Cinema. They just didn't know that Home Entertainment would be the company
the critical information.
The Home Entertainment would be the arm of a New Line Cinema that they'd be dealing with. Now, what's going on with this coroner?
That's just so amazing. This is when I really fell in love with the movie because
what's his deal?
The lack of respect for the audience was delightful.
And for human life.
He says out loud, "Young lady, you are going to talk to me. I mean, don't talk to me, but talk to me." You know, you're going to talk to me in the way a dead body talks to a coroner, because I am a coroner, and I will find out clues.
But this whole sort of idea that he's trying to sell his story, because he's the one who introduces the idea of, I could get a publishing deal or
he did that earlier
out of that. Yeah,
it seemed out of bounds and weird the first time, and then this time they mention it again as though this is his important backstory, which never comes up again. But
he's also our only comic relief in the movie. If you're gonna have comic relief,
I disagree. The whole thing is nothing but comic relief,
intentional comic relief.
Okay, fine.
So what? But why did they make it this character of all? Like the character who needs to be solemn is the only one who's allowed to express comedy in the entire movie. It's insane.
More than insane.
This is a carnival-esque movie.
The whole scene is insane because Harris, the cop, says, "Now listen, we gotta talk." And he's like, "Hey, hang on, I gotta tell you something. I want you to do this. But can I just say, yeah, and then you gotta do that. You know, you really need to shut your mouth. Then I want you to send the information over here. Can I just say one thing? And then we gotta make sure you get this right. Hey, wait, the cops are here to arrest us." That's what I've been trying to tell you. That bit of comedy. Fantastic. Chef's kiss perfection.
I don't even
like
it.
You don't believe me.
I don't even like it when they do it in Return of the Jedi. Come on, hurry up, will you?
Hey, kid, you didn't fucking tell me that. And this is where they really more than any point in the music, because they make their escape, but there's sort of this light jog chase. Nobody's running fast; they're just sort of
It's what the comedian Peter Kay has described as a dad run, which is where actually you're not going you're running, but you're not going any faster.
Yeah, this is where the fugitive music is real hot and heavy. That foot chase.
I didn't notice. Maybe I didn't want to accept it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, they arrive at.
They have that blanket escape. They pretend to be bums.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Just a couple of swells.
Blanket escape. That's a good album title.
Yeah.
My favorite part of the whole thing too, at the end, he's like, the FBI agents pass by the blankets. And they take the blankets off, and they're like, "Well, that was a close one." She's like, "Where are we gonna go?" He's like, "I got a place." And then they walk in. She's like, "What is this place?" He says, "It's called a safe house."
Yeah, he says, "Call it a safe house," whereas I call it a house with too much magenta light seeping in from outside. I don't know if this particular house is opposite a large...
Your only color note-taking. Other things are happening in this movie, sir.
But I can't see them because there's too much blinding color in my face.
Like, did you have a box of crayons, like the Crayola 64 out? You grab the magenta. This is the color in the safe house. Me no like.
That's far too eloquent for my writing. But I was like, is this a film noir from the 40s? Is this safe house opposite a neon sign that takes up the entire wall of a building?
It's called a safe house.
I know.
As though nobody had heard the term before.
Yeah. It also looks like a place where they filmed some porn, but that's,
That was yesterday's shoot. It's probably the same room that sex scene took place in. That would be my guess.
So. I also, when it was when it turned into a foot chase.
Yeah.
The reason that I kind of narrowed down the abilities of this movie to vehicular exterior action is that I noticed that when they were just on foot, it was as ineptly filmed as anything else in the movie. So it's not just about the interiors, it's about not being the outside of a vehicle that just flummoxed this director. It just completely, he's just like, don't know what to do. Spin it!
I'm supposed to know.
Spin the fucking camera, spin it!
Turn the camera around quick. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Tim, we have other choices. Quick!
It's angrily leaving the set by spinning the camera.
I noticed that they use that cigarette pack to see into the killer's mind again.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is where the movie just goes, oh, you know what? It's Frank Whaley.
Yeah.
They just reveal him as the killer. Go ahead.
Even
46 minutes in, he's the killer.
Even the movie can't suspend disbelief for that long at its own. And it's almost like...
I think we may have already given up the game Why don't we just show them?
It's like it's a live TV show where you can't go back and recut that scene and take out the bit about him being an EMT. It's like, you can just go back and take out that big clanger you dropped that tells us who the murderer is. Like, nope, we're going to keep that in, and we're just going to respond to that.
Can I just ask, how did you escape? I'm just curious.
About killing people. Oh, I said the quiet part loud and the loud part quiet. To a bigger house. And this is also the first time we learn that she was an artist before all this.
Uh-huh.
I mean, first of all, give a character any downbeat in this movie and they will reveal all their backstory. But also, again, I think this is pretty important information that she didn't work in law enforcement until she became a victim of this guy.
Yeah,
That's
right.
not... It all rests on the fact that she's a former victim. And yet the movie is really muddy about that part of the plot. And that is the plot. That's the only plot of the movie, really. Because she's, it's like... Obviously, there's a sense of duty to catch this guy.
Sure. That's made clear because this movie's great.
But for the first section of this movie, I'm going, well, she was a professional psychic before this.
No.
And then I scrapped, you scrap that when you find out she's a former victim. And then I'm like, well, maybe she was adjacent to law enforcement. No, not that either. She was an artist. It's like... Yeah, that feels like they're burying the lead a little bit.
I'll say. I also there's a real Batman, World's Greatest Detective moment when they're in the car. Because she sees new memories or something, I think, because of this cigarette pack. She keeps going back in on the cigarette
memories. New memories. I love that. Oh, new memories.
Well, she sees it. She sees into the niece's car.
Uh-huh.
They, of course, flash to that to show us, the audience, what's in the car that we'd already seen, I think, at least 2 or 3 times before. Yeah. And he's like, well, what's in the car? She goes, I don't know, just like a backpack and school books and, regular stuff. What else? A rose? A rose? Like, there's no unearthly reason for him to think
to pick out the
rose is unusual.
But isn't it Son of Sam? Isn't that what Son of Sam? Okay,
well, he one of the chores he has the coroner do was look for people who bought syringes.
Mm. But that's not the rose.
They do the Dexter work.
Okay, the rose isn't Son of Sam though, is it?
No.
Okay, so the rose is just nothing. The rose.
The rose is fantastic because when I think they go.
It's one of Gordon's blue rose cases.
Yeah, well, based on the name they get for who bought syringes, which was David Berkowitz, he's like, that's the actual name of the Son of Sam, as though he's the greatest detective again. Even when I heard, I was like, oh, Son of Sam, I would go there. And then 3 seconds later, he goes, that's the Son of Sam, the real name.
I went to see.
I have used my massive detective skills.
I went to see Serial Mom at the movie theater last week.
Yeah, and I was working. I missed it.
There's an amazing scene where Sam Waterston is kind of going around his house and finding all the evidence that his wife's a budding serial killer. And the best one is he finds a tape and he puts it in the player. He goes, hey, it's Ted Bundy, and it's clearly John Waters doing the voice. I just wanted to say thanks for the letter. I literally don't know what was said because I've never heard more laughter. Hey, it's Ted Bundy here. But this is no different, right? This is he puts David Berkowitz. Okay.
Yeah, so good. But so I think that leads them to.
It's no kind of
Lecter-like
anagram, is it? Really?
No,
the name
of
a serial
killer. That killer thinks he's being very clever.
Yeah,
but
no one remembers Summer Sam. It was the 70s.
that leads them to his address, and in there they find roses, and she's like, well, what's going on with these roses? And he just full on puts it right to his nose. Chloroform. It's like iocane powder for fucking the.
How did they resist
Chris
the urge
Sarandon.
for him not to clear out, like not to keel over?
Oh, I really wanted him to pass out. They missed the biggest opportunity.
Oh wow. Well,
That's great.
You'll have to do it in something you write. You'll have to have someone sniffing and going chloroform and then passing out.
This is one of my favorite parts too, because Frank Whaley sees that they're coming or something, so he got out of his own house.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, man, he's the worst.
Why is he
serial killer.
using his own house?
Yeah, exactly.
That's another question.
He's the worst serial killer because this poor cousin keeps getting out of her binds because it's just flimsy tape.
Uh-huh.
And she's like undoing the box that's on her head. And there's this sublime moment where she undoes the box and takes it off her head. And we cut to Frank Whaley behind the bumper of a car, and he takes his phone out. And it just says box alarm on the phone.
Shark repellent spray. Yeah.
Box alarm.
Box alarm. As if he's got to distinguish that from the other non-box alarms he has going in his life.
Door alarm.
Wow.
And then he gets back to the smelting plant in under 3 seconds. He's like, she's about to escape, and he goes, hello.
I think I did make the note that check out the big brains on Brad is having fun in the role.
He is, yeah.
And I think that's something that when an actor's in a piece of shit, but they're
good
actually
on him, yeah, exactly.
But they're a good actor, they give it the parody it deserves.
Mm-hmm.
Like Billy Zane in Titanic. Now there's a man who understands what kind of a movie he's in. He's got this movie figured out.
I would say his henchman, too. He's taking it deadly serious. What's that guy's name? The guy that plays his henchman buddy on Titanic.
I don't even remember him having a henchman.
Oh, yeah. He's like...
I haven't seen that movie since it was released.
Oh, I just watched it like a month or two ago.
Why would you do that to yourself?
I was like, I haven't seen Titanic in a very long time. Let's see what's going on with Titanic.
As if it's going to change, as if it's going to get shorter and more interesting.
I want to see that Wrong Night Sky. That what's his name? Why am I blanking on his name? Damn it! Remember, he was all pissed that the night sky was wrong for that hemisphere of the world. So James Cameron switched
Neil
it
deGrasse Tyson.
on all. Neil deGrasse Tyson, thank you. Yeah.
He's always complaining about stuff in movies. How about going discovering black holes or something?
Just go find me a black hole.
Yeah.
So we can
hanging out with William Shatner.
So we can all go through it and get out of the hellscape we're in right now.
Pretty much that is underlying.
Fix some shit.
Yeah. It's like, please, can you not be... You should be working on trying to get us to an alternate reality where everything's okay. Yeah, well...
All right, we're very close to needing a break. Should we take one now?
Yeah, I just want to read the note that I wrote about one of the Memory Palace sequences. Memories are windows on the street, rooms in a hallway, and a tablet you can hold in your hand all at once. It's like poetry.
Perfect. Yeah, poetry. Thank you. You're finally giving this movie credit.
No, I made poetry out of it. It was not poetry to begin with.
No, I think poetry to begin.
Actually,
We'll leave it at that.
That's less poetry, more like more like advertising copy. If I was trying to sell whatever this place is to someone like real estate, Your memories are windows on the street, rooms in a hallway, and a tablet you can hold in your hands all at once.
If it wasn't showing you that, you couldn't write that down. So it's all the movie working its magic.
I gotta say, of all the people I feel sorry for in this movie,
Me?
No.
Because I like it so
Never.
much?
No. That's a different kind of pity. It's the people who have to appear in those photographs. In the memory palace, on the memory tablet. I'm like, how much are those people getting paid? Negative $20?
Coupons to that Panda Express.
Although apparently with a $33 million budget, you could pay them fucking scale and for all that matters.
All right, we'll be right back.
If you like podcasts like I do, boy, do I have a treat for you. You need to
stay on target
and check out the Sounds in Cinema podcast. Listen as your host, sound designer and music creator Tony Parham, and co-host, musical performer and sound lover Derek Hansen, D-Rock if you're nasty, and I am, discuss all things sound related to film, television, stage, and theatrical productions. They discuss environmental sounds, bioacoustics, dialogue, the nature of communication through sound, but as an added bonus, they drink beer and try to
stay on target.
Find them wherever you get your podcasts and listen to the pure mania of a man who can charitably be described as Doug, the dog from Up, and another man with a soothing and sultry voice trying to get that man to
stay on target.
That's the Sounds in Cinema podcast. Tune in and listen to the sounds they are creating just for you.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. So sad to say, we're wrapping up. Talking about
one of us
the
feels
fantastic, The Cell 2.
The views expressed by Michael Shantz do not represent the Everything Sequel podcast.
So this is also the moment, the great moment, when he gets back, re-kidnaps the girl who almost escaped, puts her back in her box, and then the power goes out.
Yeah.
What a delightful moment where he's like, what's going on?
I'm surprised it hasn't happened before, because you can imagine the
electricity in an abandoned smelting works not being the best.
I mean, he's running like a mini ER.
Yeah.
Presumably from like one power strip.
Exactly. Like they needed one shot of showing all the shit plugged in on top of each other.
And again, I can't remember what Simpsons episode it is, but I'm seeing Homer looking over and there's like power strips plugged into power strips and they're all sparking. It's like, nothing wrong over here.
Yeah. It's like a Christmas Story. Son of a bitch.
There's another great writing moment where Sheriff Bruno
just gives himself up.
No,
he's been avoiding the cops all along, and then he's like, "All right, take me in."
Okay, two great writing moments. The other one being that this is after he hands himself in, and he mansplains the psychic ability that he's just learned about, as if he knows it better than the person who practices it. And I just think it's hilarious. He found out it existed today as a concept, and he's lecturing other people about what it is.
Listen, Maya's been doing this and that. We found out a lot. You stupid idiot. If you just listen to me for a moment.
It's like this guy is like 2 hours behind him on knowledge, and he's treating him as if he's a climate denier, a climate change denier or something. It's like, you're so far behind on the way things have gone. You found out an hour ago that this even existed.
In his defense, Skylar is wrong about everything throughout the entire movie, so he should be treated like a legitimate idiot.
Yeah. We skipped over the scenes where he grabs his balls, right?
Yeah. Well, I mentioned it, but...
Yeah. Busting, and then there's a busting balls pun in there. Is it a pun? Is it a pun when you just kind of... you just act out what you're saying? I guess not. It's just mime. Is it really? Busting balls and grab the balls.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me of Larry when in the Curb Your Enthusiasm where Martin Scorsese's directing Larry David in a gangster movie, and he's trying to give him advice on what to do. It's like, you know, when I say I'm going to put your balls in the jar, well, what if I really do it? Like, what if we really show it? Like, he's shown me putting balls into a jar, and Scorsese's like, it's a little bit literal for what we're going for here. They go, and you know, ahead of the studio by some years on Scorsese playing himself in a in a TV show.
So funny. Now I'm confused. This is where I'm legitimately confused in all the best ways, because the movie is starting to offer explanations that I don't think it's taken the time to think out. Because Whaley drugs Maya. I don't understand. Because it seems as though if she's touching something and has the probes on her head, she can enter the TV room and see memories of victims and herself and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So long as she's holding the
Unless
item,
that
right?
particular memory mall is closed.
Yes.
It might be after hours
Unless it's
for the
been
memory
smashed
mall.
on the ground.
I don't.
Which is what we're coming up to.
Yeah, that's it. You break the tablet and you no longer have access to the memories.
You don't have access to those memories
You have to go
anymore.
to the Genius Bar around the corner.
That does not seem to be a problem for Maya at the end of this movie, that she's lost all her memories.
Well,
one.
That's why it's an advantage to them.
Two.
That's why it's an advantage to them to stay ambiguous about what the hell this memory palace is, because it means you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Whatever the fuck you want. Well, the part that offers no explanation is that how can Whaley be awake in his waking life, trying to kill Harris and kill the girl in the box, while simultaneously being in the TV room, which is now the TV city and TV smelting works with the streetlights, and kind of battle Maya on that ethereal plane. How can he do both at once?
We need to have cutaways like in The Last Jedi of him fever meditating on a rock, like Luke Skywalker does when he's projecting himself across the galaxy but via the Force. That's not how the Force works.
But all they offer is there's this fantastic moment where he said, I studied everything I could. Parapsychology and
it doesn't sound like it.
And slap a shoopy-doo.
Scientology, Buddhism.
Yeah.
It would have been great if he just started listing belief systems from here until the end of the movie, and then then we get those 11 minutes of helicopter shots, and then the movie's over.
Roll credits. So, but all of that research just led him to be able to smash TVs, dream TVs, and take all her memories away, which don't seem to be a problem for her whatsoever.
No. Yeah. I tell you what makes the box even more comedic is when the victim has to unscrew all the locks separately in order to escape.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, now this one.
This one. And the top one. Other side. Bottom top.
I'll give this movie one single credit for a stylistic idea that I quite enjoyed. When he's...
Rubber X?
No. When he's pumping the electrical current through the heart pads...
Yeah.
They do these kind of quick cuts of the camera, and it's kind of like, oh, it's a nice visual representation of a kind of a resuscitation kind of current to kind of.
Oh, I don't remember. I remember him saying, "I'm gonna zap you," and she finally gets scared. That's a big part of of the killer's. What's the killer called? The Cusp.
The Cusp.
When the Cusp. What part of his big deal is getting their fright recorded on audio?
Do we know why he's called the Cusp?
No, because he's on the cusp of being scary. He doesn't quite get there, but he's almost there.
Oh, is it something to do with like bringing victims to the cusp of
to the brink of death?
To the brink of death.
That makes sense.
Well, it does. It'd be nice if it was discussed in the movie in some fashion, but I'll take it.
But
I'll take it as
no.
headcanon. No.
You're advocating for not everything being explained to us.
Mm-hmm.
They explain the shit they shouldn't and don't explain the shit they should. It's just a choice. All the wrong choices build up to perfection.
I also noticed.
But
go on.
What I remember is he's yelling at her that he's going to zap her with the paddles, and she finally gets scared. And he kind of slowly backs away. He goes, "Okay, you know what? I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I don't think I need to." He jumps in and then gets her.
Yeah.
That's what I remember.
I think that's a really good. I think that's Frank Whaley having fun.
Yeah, but I don't remember like a quick cut within it.
Well, no, I think maybe it's earlier on, but it's like they do these kind of like flash cuts whenever the current hits, whenever the
Oh, okay. Do we flash to the TV room?
But I kind of suspect they might think that that's what happens when you pump electrical current through it, so like the world.
I did have a question.
Goes in and
Can
out.
you EMT knowledge? Can you zap somebody dead and then zap them alive? Is that a thing?
Well, you
Does an initial zap stop your heart, and then another zap restart the heart? Is what.
Well,
I'm
this
asking.
is the other problem: is that that's never been represented accurately anyway. Even in medical dramas, like it's never used in the way it is in those medical dramas anyway. So I doubt this is a more accurate version of resuscitation than the one we see in medical dramas, which are kind of known by the medical community to be completely wrong. And also, they don't want to. I think it's partly ignorance, and they're like, this just makes better drama if we pretend that you can zap someone back into life that easily.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's also keeping it muddy so people don't do copycat kind of stuff, like.
I see.
You know, like they do with espionage stuff, where they're like, well, don't tell them what we actually do, because then people will know what we actually do.
Well, all I know is he's in her memory TV room and starts smashing TVs,
The cathedral,
getting rid of all of her memories.
and this kind of goes back to the Cathedral of the Mind look from the opening shot from the previous movie. It's kind of like, for the first time, represented as this kind of catacombs that seem to, from the recap we got at the beginning of the movie, seems to be more what it looked like in the original.
I wanted to say, is there something you haven't seen the original?
No. Have you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I want to say there's something similar to Inception, like going too deep is dangerous.
Yeah, well,
I want to say there's something.
That's
about
why I
that.
assume there's all that wire work.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't have time for wire work here, do they?
No, not at all.
Just gotta go into it.
They got boxes to get off heads.
Gotta entirely go inside an entirely simulated environment.
Well, so at any rate, Skylar and Harris are forced to work together by head FBI guy, but Skylar still doesn't trust him, so he cuffs him. And it takes Harris a bit to get out of that, and it's Skylar that gets the axe in the back.
And
Rubber axe.
right after they cuff him, there's a fade. They decide to do a fade.
That's there?
A fade to black. I've never seen an edit that so completely sapped the energy and died. It's like we're in the middle of a pursuit, right?
Yes.
And they do Fade to, like, cuff him. Fade to black. I'm like, what?
Every choice is wrong, I tell you. It's great.
It's like in the editing room, you're like, I'll go back and fix that. And then you're watching the premiere, whatever form that takes, and going, I forgot to go back and fix that.
It's got to be around here. Who does Maya says that, right? You know how I'm afraid of the light?
Oh, yeah.
Is she still with Harris at the time?
Yeah, she must be. That must have been earlier because...
So that's before he gives himself up.
That's after he gets himself out of cuffs and they reunite, I think.
Really?
Well, I don't know.
Because she's unconscious in the real world.
This is your favorite movie, you tell me.
She's unconscious in the real world. She's battling him just in mind world.
Okay.
But Harris gets out of his cuffs and turns off the lights, and we get baby Whaley again. Like, what is going on?
I think
Turn on the lights.
I think that line was much earlier, where she says, "You know how I'm afraid of the light. He's afraid of the dark." When she's explaining.
Yeah, I think it's like right before they separate, before he turns himself in,
and then she repeats that he's afraid of the dark. Coming up.
Right. Well, in this moment, because Harris escapes from the clutches of FBI agent Skyler, and then he turns off the lights.
Yeah.
As far as we know, Skyler's dead, right? We don't find out he's alive. He gets his comeuppance.
Oh, really? Does he not come back?
I don't think so.
They couldn't. They couldn't account for his whereabouts with somewhere in that 11 minutes of helicopter footage.
Yeah, exactly. That rubber axe is the most sublime moment of the entire film. You didn't notice it?
No.
You're just busy looking at colors. You fucked up. You're watching the movie wrong.
They should have done a luminous red.
You lady chewed it. You got to listen to a whole other podcast to get that joke.
Where was I? Is it this movie? Oh no, it was in Vacancy 2. It's funny you should say the thing about the rubber axe, because there was a scene where a stabbing scene where the knife was so obviously a retractable knife that I thought that was going to be the twist.
Yeah.
That I thought that was going to be the twist. Like
they thought it was going to be a fake out.
There was going to be a fake out.
So, we didn't talk about that. That's right.
I didn't talk about that, but I didn't notice the rubber axe here. Does it go?
That's great.
Does it go squeaky when he? Does it like a chew toy? Squeaky when he hits it.
It's so this last chase scene is so fantastic because Whaley has to put Maya, like, she's unconscious, so he has to put her like fireman kind of style over his shoulder and carry her out. Which means Harris has to find ways to really slow up his chasing so that he has enough time to get her onto that chopper.
Yeah.
It's great. She blinds him in the real world by blinding him in the TV world.
Yes.
While he's flying that chopper. That's what makes him land in the snowy minor league baseball park.
Yes.
It's like, I can't fly this thing. I'm going blind.
I don't know if I have anything you mentioned, I think, maybe not in this episode, but in the ranking episode, I think the axe in the back.
Yeah.
You know, and my exact note was someone's seen The Shining. And I'm pretty sure that whatever crew member it was who had seen The Shining recounted this to the director. Because I don't think the director's ever seen The Shining.
He doesn't film it like you said.
No, it was just like, it must have been some runner. It's like, oh yeah, like that scene in The Shining. The what? The Shining? You said Stanley Kubrick? Who?
Was he on Profiler? No.
The inventor of the Kubrick's Cube? No, that's a different...
No. That's not the name of it.
It's the Rubik's Cube, for one. And, no, he's a pretty big director.
You say so. Anyway, who had the orange chicken?
Yeah. Nerd! That's lunch.
So I wrote down that she had blinded him in the real world, and then I wrote down, I'm not sure I'm aware of the rules here.
No. Yeah.
What's going on?
I also don't understand. Throughout the movie, I don't understand the idea that she is in any way responsible for the deaths or of either people who are about to die or people who have died.
I don't know why she's putting that on herself. I mean, mostly just because
other people are putting that
Skylar is putting it on her, but
I mean, she's a literal victim of circumstances.
Yeah.
A key operative victim. She's no agency in anyone's death.
And mind probing is not an exact science. He makes it seem like...
I beg to differ. The movie begs to differ.
But Skylar makes it seem like, she should put that thing on her head and then, all right, now give me his address, his name, his weight, the color of his hair and eyes.
Exactly,
Let's go.
Yeah.
What's the matter with you? You fucking piece of shit.
Yeah. And it's kind of amazing, like... when the movie began, I thought we were in a sort of traditional psychics working with law enforcement situation.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought the tension between Maya and Skylar was kind of based on that. Which I can understand. Like, generically, I can understand it as a storyline.
Right.
I could understand it. It'd be like,
it's something we're familiar with as an audience.
It's sort of like you're encroaching on my territory. I'm a real detective. You're a charlatan.
Psychic.
Yeah. But that's not what it is at all. It's got nothing to do with that. It's about the fact that she's a victim and she's unable to like give a height, weight account of the person that is in her PTSD memories of a traumatic event.
Yeah.
And the movie doesn't tell us that until about a third of the way through, and that's what's going on.
We didn't mention it earlier, but she made Harris promise to take the shot.
That's right.
He's got the shot. And by take the shot, I think she even means go ahead and kill me. I don't fucking give a shit. Ready to die. But he takes it as shoot Whaley.
And that is, to be fair, that is where the movie is very conventional. Because I can't think it's.
Oh, I disagree. It takes place in a baseball stadium.
Well, it's not. It's not Chekhov's gun, but what would you call it when someone says to someone else? It happens a lot in zombie movies.
Yeah.
If I turn, yeah. What is it? Chekhov's
zombie.
Chekhov's execution. What is Chekhov's?
Chekhov's take the shot.
Chekhov's euthanasia. What is? I mean, but it's like it's. I've never seen it where it doesn't pay off, where someone says it, and then there isn't a scene like the one we see where someone has to choose one way or the other. I kind of want to write something where someone says that and it never comes back. And then at the end of the movie, they're just like, so I know it never came up, but would you have done it?
Yeah,
and
right.
It's like, well, I don't
You'd think that would have been this movie.
Yeah.
Should have been.
Yeah. It would.
You promised Jude, and then Frank Whaley trips and falls over the rail and accidentally dies.
I think it shows how much I was clinging to how well the helicopter stunts were executed in this movie. That
Harris jumping on?
Yeah, that I literally wrote, if only the director could just do these scenes and get another director to film the rest of the movie, this might actually be good.
It's already good.
Yeah. And the brands involved just keep getting bigger. Coca-Cola, Del Taco, Dasani. Almost like
I don't remember any of that.
Almost like
is that in the in the baseball stadium?
Yeah, we see. Yeah, exactly. We see them as they're flying past the stadium and just on the way. Like, it's almost like this is a real movie. The brand suggests this is a real movie.
Well, the fantastic sublime moment is that Harris shoots Frank Whaley, we're kind of slow motioning, watching him fall over the rail.
Yeah.
While she's still in the TV room world with him, and she mind boxes him.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be in the dark forever, Tom.
But and this is confusing as well, because...
Confusing?
How can you torture someone when they're dead?
No, that's true. He only gets to be frightened of that mind box for mere seconds before he falls to the floor dead.
But is the movie telling us that this is kind of put him in a kind of mind purgatory?
Forever? Even in his death?
As opposed to regular purgatory?
Well, like everything else,
the
this
purgatory
movie
in
does
your
not
mind.
explain that.
In the street on your mind.
Like everything else, this movie chooses not to explain.
I think it goes back to Marge Simpson. It goes back to In the Street on Your Mind. Yes, dear, in the street on your mind.
Well,
I'm at the credit check.
Well, this movie's certainly in a hurry to get to what it considers to be its showstopper,
to be the most important thing that happened in these movies.
Because Harris says, "You got your life back." Fade to credits. I'm like, what?
Not before they kiss, though.
Literally no time to spare.
This movie has laid no groundwork for these people falling in love, but they kiss anyway, because the movie thinks that's what they're supposed to do.
Remember when we're in that soft porn set?
I'm half surprised we didn't see her tits. Like, he's like, just unbuttons the shirt. There we go.
Just shows them to the audience and goes, there. Our transaction is completed. But it's funny because you know, quite often you see the device of starting a movie in media res. You don't often see a movie that also ends in media res, where the story is yet to finish.
Right.
Like, yeah, there's no wrap-up scene at all.
No.
And there's plenty of time for one.
I'll say.
So,
this
isn't a credit check. This is kind of just covering the end of the movie.
Yeah. I had to write down a section that said, things I am seeing.
And, you know, we've been conditioned, I think, to think that if you continue the action into the credits, that there's going to be some sort of narrative payoff. It's going to continue the story in some way.
Mm-hmm.
With, you know, mid and post-credit teasers for other movies. Or, you know, picking up loose threads from this movie. No. It's just some B-roll footage we had left in the can.
Here are some naturescapes.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you're going to see shadows of the helicopter that is filming these.
Now,
the actual rotor blades in certain scenes on top.
I've always thought that
amazing.
I'm sympathetic to that, right? Because it's hard to get helicopter shots, but
is it that hard?
You think you'd pick the shots where you can't
pan
see
down?
You can't see
pan
the
down.
reflection of the helicopter in one of the shots.
We get a Spielberg lens flare.
Yes. Also, then we go into. I'm going to go back to the actual credits. I want to check, and I'm just going to talk about what we see, because we go from shots of snowy scenery and reflections of helicopters to BTS of how they filmed one of the helicopter stunts.
Oh, well, I got the car chase before that. No?
Yeah. Well, a BTS of stunt filming, right? Both the car chase and the helicopter shots.
The amazing thing to me about the car chase one was that I had the budget listed at $33 million, but it seemed to me they were like, I don't know if this car is going to make it.
Mm-hmm.
This car's pretty beat up and piece of shit. And they're like, well, let's just try it. And if it fucking falls apart. And not only does it make the jump, it goes into that little alleyway between Panda Express and, I don't know, a shoe store. And they're like, we got it.
It's kind of it's like practical pride.
Yeah, totally.
Because normal, and again, it goes against the conventional wisdom of when you have, because normally this is your bloopers, right? You show the stunt going wrong, because you've seen it go right in the movie. But this movie just wants to show, It's
proudly showing you what they think of their own work.
It's you're saying there were no bloopers. We got this in one take.
This section of the movie is the Bill Murray in What About Bob moment, where he's like, I sail, I'm a sailor, ahoy. This movie's like, we jump cars, off ramps, hello. That guy actually got on the rail of a helicopter. Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
Yep. It certainly is.
I wrote down they have grossly overestimated what behind-the-scenes footage they should be showing us.
Except that, again, it makes me more sympathetic to the movie in that it knows that this is the only thing to like about the movie.
No, I disagree. Obviously.
For most normal film goers, video watchers, morons.
Thank you.
It's gone. It's like this. This is what this movie's going to be remembered for. So.
Well, it's not going to be remembered.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Ironically, in a movie that's all about memories, it is probably one of a movie that even the internet has forgotten.
Yeah,
exists. Yeah, no surprise, screenplay by 4 different people.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never quite seen a movie where every piece of music in the film was played over its closing credits. But when you got 11 minutes to fill, you kind of got to use every piece of that's the length of your soundtrack almost.
11 minutes.
And also, another sign that maybe your credits are too long is when you have prominent credits like production attorney, Tom Lewis. There's not a crew member that normally gets a screen all to themselves in credits these days. And then I have to mention an old classic, Key Grip and Best Girl Grip, which combines both Jason and Julie Fife, combining both related crew members and gender switch roles.
I'll say.
There's also a stray apostrophe on girls.
Okay. Is that it?
That's it. Yeah, that's everything.
All right. Yeah, it's perfect.
It's consistent with the movie. Not perfect.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, maybe you could settle the score. How do you feel about the Cell 2? Rent it now, I say.
Ironically, there's no disagreement between us except about the effect it has on us.
Yes, exactly.
This is not a Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines situation where
right.
I'm seeing things that you're not seeing. We're both seeing the same movie. It's just that one of us is taking it a different way than the other.
I don't know. I think maybe we're seeing the same thing in Terminator 3 and you're just wrong. Whereas I'm wrong here. I'm willing to admit I'm wrong here.
Wow. Okay.
Messengers, I said Messengers 2. I said that should be at the top of my list. It just isn't. Because of how sublime the Cell 2 is.
Well, I didn't have as good a time.
Clearly.
This wore me down as much as the others.
As much as Darko?
No.
Okay then.
But remember, this for me, this was post Darko.
Yeah, so it should have lifted.
I know, but I don't know how you got yourself back up after Darko.
Watched them on separate days, I think.
Yeah,
that helped.
That might have been part of it. I may have gone from one to the other, and it's just like, oh, what are we doing here?
I was happy to skip all of this for a third year.
2009, what is your fucking problem?
They are many and varied. Yeah, you're going to have to tell us what you think of this delightful mess. Do all the things, and you go ahead and do them on Facebook or Instagram. Threads. X, Bluesky. Yeah.
Yeah, YouTube.
Yeah. You can get lost in a sea of nonsense.
Don't devalue YouTube. There are some people who just do podcasts on YouTube now.
I know, but I don't.
That was a Bart Simpson. It's like I can't think of a way to end that sentence. I'm not saying you're lying,
but thing.
I can't think of a way to end that sentence.
I don't trust a single thing that comes from YouTube.
See, I think YouTube is one of the more valuable internet platforms out there.
I think it is to certainly people younger than me who are on it daily, all day long.
I use it as if you use it as an archive.
I'm almost never on YouTube.
You can't use like Facebook or X as like a media archive in the way that you can use YouTube.
That's true.
Literally last night, before bed, I was watching the first 2 seasons of Duckman, which are on YouTube. After our conversation,
Duckman or Darkman?
Duckman.
Okay.
Jason.
Alexander.
I was about to say Robards. No, it's not Jason Robards. The noir.
Jason Robards as Duckman.
The noir confused me.
Or send an email to everythingsequel@gmail.com. That's it. I guess I gotta look this up. Because we were debating this the other day. Yeah, when you hear us next, we'll be talking Messengers 2, The Scarecrow.
Mm-hmm. They moved
That's where
to the
subtitle is. Yeah, they moved it, yeah.
That's what you do. That's what you do when you do a sequel. You move the to the subtitle.
Look forward to that next week. For Tom Stewart of Lonesome Whistle Productions, Michael Shantz here. I'm from the How Dare You Awards. I didn't manage to ruin Tom's final quotable. Say goodbye to everybody, Tom.
He's afraid of the dark. It ate everyone, stupid.
Oh, fantastic.
Again, I'm just going to end every episode with this. You don't need to tell the audience how you're going to defeat the killer. Just let us find out. Let us find out when it happens minutes later.
Perfect advice to end on. Thanks for listening, everyone.